Nancy loved her husband William very much, and treasured their relationship. But William treated his wife like a housekeeper. She cooked and cleaned every day and also went to work. It was unclear why Nancy held on to William so much. While her husband changed one job after another, and played games in the evenings, the woman held a good position in a large multinational company. In her spare time from housework she learned French, and every Sunday morning she went to Hatha yoga. Many of her friends were surprised at how different William and Nancy were, and everyone said it was time to build a relationship with a man suitable for her, but Nancy kept refusing to talk about it. They started dating back in high school. Perhaps that was why Nancy could not imagine her life without William. He was the best-looking boy at school in his youth, and at university he was the soul of the company, and not a single party went on without him. All of Nancy's friends did not like him. But she defended him and said that William had a special spiritual structure, that he did not need a permanent job, because he valued his freedom and believed that life was created for pleasure. At the end of their studies, Nancy found out about his cheating and they broke up. But they soon got back together. William convinced her that it was just student parties and swore that it was all in the past, and Nancy forgave him. But after graduation, William didn't take life any more seriously. At first he worked a full-time job, but then he quit, saying he didn't want to spend his life working in an office and would work as a freelancer. But freelancing didn't work out for him either. William was very surprised when he realized that it was the same job and that to earn good money he had to work 8 hours a day. Nancy, on the other hand, was a diligent student, and after graduation she had an internship at an international company, and after a difficult exam became a full-time employee of a large firm. Her career was going uphill. Time passed and the couple got married. Nancy's parents were old school and insisted that the relationship should be legalized, especially since they had been dating for a very long time. Nancy and William agreed, but the woman immediately said that children were out of the question, because she was the one who had provided for the family so far. Nancy hoped that soon William would find work to his liking and begin to earn money. And then it would be possible to think about children. But her hopes were in vain. After several failures, her husband decided to forget about freelancing and started going to various part-time jobs. Who would have thought that the main ladies' man would turn into an ordinary loser, whose life revolved around a can of beer and computer games? And this is what happened next. Back in his student days, William had a girlfriend, Sarah, with whom he rocked out together at student parties. William repeatedly cheated on Nancy with her, but after graduation he said nothing more would happen between them. But Sarah was very sly, and also she was in love with him. So she was not going to let him go so easily. Sarah became friends with Nancy and told her about all the cheating William, excluding herself from these stories. That's when the couple broke up, and Sarah thought he would come to her, but they unfortunately made up. Then she became friends with Nancy to be closer to William, and she was faithful in her strategy. After the wedding, William started cheating again. Sarah enjoyed the role of mistress, but after a few years she got tired of being number two. And she began to openly express dissatisfaction with William. But he was fine living with Nancy. His wife cleaned, cooked dinner, bought him expensive clothes, spent a lot of time going about her business and never picking her husband's brain. And Sarah could not imagine that even the flowers that William sometimes gave her were bought with Nancy's money. Another year passed, and the mistress decided to help William leave his wife. She recorded on camera when they were together. And now Sarah had the compromising material. At first she wanted to manipulate this video so that William himself left Nancy. But then she came up with something more cunning. The woman decided to send her friend an interesting message. As usual, Nancy was walking to her yoga class on Sunday morning. She was enjoying the spring, and suddenly her thoughts were interrupted by the sound of an incoming message. And this is what Sarah sent her. "Dear Nancy, I wanted to meet you and talk to you, but I realized that I can't look in your eyes anymore. A week ago William came to see me. He said you two had a fight, and he almost cried. I let him in, and he brought a bottle of wine with him, which we drank. And then I don't even know how it happened, but we slept together. I'm sorry, I'm just terrified of what I did. I have no forgiveness." But that's not all. William filmed the whole process on camera and is now blackmailing me. I do not know how to be. He said if I tell you, he will show the tape to everyone. Please do not tell him anything. I told you because you are my best friend, forgive me. After this message Sarah sent that very video. Nancy read it all and replied that she wouldn't tell him anything and thanked her for telling the truth. Nancy put her phone in her pocket and quietly walked on. She walked through the spring park, which had just woken up from its winter hibernation, and thought that it was very strange, but she was not even offended. Nancy tried to remember the last time she looked at her husband with amorous eyes and could not. After class she came home. William was sitting at the computer watching funny videos, as usual. Nancy came up to him and hugged him. William wondered why she was so strange. Nancy realized that she felt neither resentment, nor anger, nor love. It became absolutely clear to her that she was living with a man whom she did not even love. Then she, as many times before that day, suggested to William to work on their relationship, to start dating again, for example. William took his mind off the computer for a minute and said what nonsense she was talking about. He was happy with everything, and in general Nancy should be grateful to him that he was with her, because there were still many women running after him. Nancy got used to these words. William constantly humiliated and manipulated her and Nancy was always patient. But this time she decided not to give in to this manipulation, and after thinking for a while, she said she was grateful to him for being with her, but she would be even more grateful when he disappeared from her life. William was shocked. He did not immediately believe that Nancy was filing for divorce. But she finally matured and believed in herself and understood how to be free. Soon they were divorced. William received compensation for the apartment that Nancy stayed in. William came to live with Sarah. She was very happy, but her happiness did not last long. The first time they lived the high life, as William was used to. But soon the money that Nancy gave for part of the apartment ran out. And problems arose. Sarah did not earn much, and William did not want to work. The only thing he dreamed of was to get back to Nancy. He did not once call and text her, he came to her house, but the woman felt real freedom. When she started living alone she had more free time and less of a household routine. There was no pressure or recriminations. She fell in love with herself and never wanted to associate her life with manipulators again. Sarah, as it turned out in the end, did Nancy a wonderful favor. After all, for so many years she had been walking around with rose-colored glasses. First love is forever. But it was thanks to her cunning friend that Nancy removed the shackles of a long toxic relationship and felt real lightness.